Henry and Mudge, the first book. Contents: Henry, Mudge, Henry, Mudge, Mudge, Henry, Henry and Mudge. Henry. Henry had no brothers and no sisters. "I want a brother," he told his parents. "Sorry," they said. Henry had no friends on the street. "I want to live on a difficult street," he told his parents. "Sorry," they said. Henry had no pets at home. "I want to have a dog," he told his parents. "Sorry," they almost said. But first they looked at their houses with no brothers and sisters, and then they looked at the street with no children. Then they looked at Henry's face. Then they looked at each other. "Okay," they said. "I want to hug you," Henry told his parents, and he did. Mudge. Henry screeched for a dog. "Not just any dog," said Henry. "Not a short one," he said. "Not a curly one," he said. "And no point ears. Then he found Mudge. Mudge had floppy ears, not point, and Mudge had straight fur, not curly, but Mudge was short because he's a puppy. Henry said, "He'll grow," and he did. He grew out of his puppy cage. He grew out of his dog cage. He grew out of his 7 collars in a row. And when he finally stopped growing, he weighed 180 pounds. He stood 3 feet tall, and he drooled. "I'm glad you're not short," Henry said, and Mudge licked him, then sat on him. Henry. Henry used to walk to school alone. When he walked, he used to worry about thunders, ghosts, biting dogs, and bullies. He walked as fast as he could. He looked straight ahead. He never looked back. But now he walked to school with Mudge. And now when we walked, we thought about vanilla ice cream, rain, rocks, and good dreams, and walked to school, but not too fast. He walked to school and sometimes backwards. He walked to school and patted Mudge's big head. Happy. Mudge. Mudge loved Henry's room. He loved dirty socks. He loved stuffed bears. He loved the fish tank. But mostly he loved Henry's bed. Because in Henry's bed, he was Henry. Henry loved to climb in with Henry. Then he loved to smell him. He smelled his lemon hair. He smelled his milky mouth. He smelled his soapy ears. He smelled his chocolate fingers. Then he put his head by Henry's head. He looked at the fish tank. He looked at the bear. He looked at Henry. He licked him, and he fell asleep. Mudge. One day Mudge took a walk without Henry. The sun was shining. The birds were flying. The grass smelled sweet. Mudge couldn't wait for Henry, so he left. He went down one road, leaving the bushes, and down another road, kicking up dust. We went through a field, across the stream, into some pine trees, and when he came out on the other side, he was lost. He couldn't smell Henry. He couldn't smell his front porch. He couldn't smell the street he lived on. Mudge looked all around and didn't see anything or anyone he knew. He whined a little alone without Henry. Then he lay down alone with Henry. He missed Henry's bed. Henry thought Mudge would be with him always. He thought Mudge made everything safe. He thought Mudge would never go away. And when Mudge did go away, when Henry called and called, but Mudge didn't come, Henry's hurt, and he cried for an hour. But when he finished crying, Henry said, "Mudge loves me. He won't leave. He must be lost." So Henry walked and walked, and he called and called, and looked for his dog Mudge. He walked down one road, and then another road. The sun shone as Henry ran through the field, calling and calling. The birds flew past as he stood beside a stream, calling and calling. And the tears fell again as he looked at the empty pine trees for his lost dog Mudge. He called one last time. And Mudge woke up, and from his lonely sleep, then came running. Every day when Henry woke up, he saw Mudge's big head, and every day when Mudge woke up, he saw Henry's small face. They ate breakfast at the same time. They ate supper at the same time, and when Henry was at school, Mudge just lay around and waited. Mudge never went for a walk without Henry again, and Henry never worried that Mudge would leave. Because sometimes in their dreams they saw long silent roads, big white fields, deep streams, and pine trees. In those dreams Mudge was alone, and Henry was alone. So when Mudge woke up and he knew Henry was with him, he remembered the dream and stayed closer. And when Henry woke up and knew Mudge was with him, he remembered at the dream and the looking and the calling and the fear, and he knew he would never lose Mudge again. The end.